Hi guys, good day, it's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class is all about the volume of square pyramid. So without further ado, let's do this topic. Now to find the volume of square pyramid, the formula that would be the volume is equal to 1/3 multiplied by the area of the base times height. Once again class, this capital B stands for the area of the base. Or you can also use this formula that would be the volume is equal to 1/3 s squared times height. This S stands for the base edge or the base side. Once again class, if you have given area of the base and you have given height, use the first formula. If you have given base side or base edge and given height, use the second formula. Once again class, do not be confused with these two formulas. These two formulas class is just the same. Because if we have given square pyramid, of course the base is a square. Once again class, let me draw this one. If we have given square pyramid, of course, our base is a square. Once again, this is our base. We have a square base. And to find the area of this base, once again, class, to find the area of this base, the formula that would be area of square is equal to s squared. Once again, if this side is 5 inches, therefore all sides must be 5 inches because this is a square. And the definition of a square, all sides are equal. So if this is our given side, and to find that area, to find this area, the formula, that would be s squared. Therefore, the area of the base is just the same with s squared. Because to find the area, the formula, that would be s squared. Area of the square is equal to s squared. So therefore, class, this is just the same. But to make it simple, class, once again, class, to make it simple, if you have given area of the base and you have given height, use the first formula. If you have given base side or base edge, given height, use the second formula. Now, let's have an example class for you to really understand with regards to the formula and how to use the formula. Alright, so let's start with example number 1. A square pyramid has a base edge of 8 inches and height of 5 inches. Find the volume of the square pyramid. Alright, so the first question there, what is S in the problem? So we are told to find the volume of the square pyramid. So that would be the volume of the square pyramid. The volume of the square pyramid. Alright, and then second question, what is the unit used in the problem? So we are using inches. So that would be 8 inches, 5 inches. So therefore the unit used, that would be inches. So the unit use, that is inches, or the unit use is inches. So we can just simply write the unit use is inches. Alright, and then the third question, what is the volume of the square pyramid? So before we answer this one class, let's have the illustration class for you to really understand this one. So you will have the illustration class for you to be guided. So let's draw this one. So we have given square pyramid. So first thing to do, you draw a square. Alright, and you draw this one. So our given height, that is 5 inches. So let's have this one. Alright, so we have given base edge, or that would be base side. So the side of the base, so this side. Alright, so we have given this side, that would be, the side is 8 inches. So this is 8 inches. Okay, so once again, this side, given base side, that is 8 inches. So therefore, this side class must be the same. This is also 8 inches, this is 8 inches, and then 8 inches. And we have given height, that is 5 inches. So our height is 5 inches. So this height right here. Alright, so this height of the pyramid, that is 5 inches. And we're told to find the volume of this given pyramid. So we have given base edge or base side, and then we have given height. So therefore, class, we'll be using the second formula. We have given base edge or base side, that is 8 inches, and then height is 5 inches. So use the second formula. So that's the thing there, class, with regards to the formula. If you master this one, class, the formula, I'm sure, class, very easy to answer the volume of the square pyramid. Alright, so let's use this one. So copy, volume is equal to 1/3. Then our given base edge, that is 8 inches. So this will be 8 inches. Do not forget squared, and then our height, that is 5 inches. 5 inches. Alright, so this will be volume is equal to 1/3. Once again, class, simplify this one first before you multiply. You always follow PEMDAS, class. Do you still remember PEMDAS? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So parentheses, exponents comes first before multiplication. So simplify this one first before you multiply it by 5. So 8 times 8, that would be 64. Once again, class, 8 squared, it doesn't mean 8 times 2, it means 8 times 8. And 8 times 8, that is 64. And then inches times inches, that would be inches squared. Or square inches, and then you multiply it by 5 inches. Alright, and then simply multiply the numerators. And then you can put over 1 there, that's okay. Understood that there's 1 there for any number. Understood that there is a denominator of 1. So you can put over 1, class, for you not to be confused. And then simply multiply the numerators and then multiply the denominators. So use your calculator. So 1 times 64, that's still 64. So we can still ignore 1. So once again, class, simply ignore 1 because 1 times 64, that is 64. So this will be 64 times 5. The answer is 320. And then inches squared times inches, that would be cubic inches. Once again, class, do not be confused. Inches squared times inches. Understood that there's 1 here. If they have the same base, same inches, copy inches, simply add the exponent. 2 plus 1, that is 3. That's why we have cubic inches. Alright, and then 3 times 1, that is 3, times 1, that is 3. Alright, and then simply divide. 320 inches, cubic inches, divided by 3. And our final answer, volume, is equal to 106.666. So after 6, that is 6. So we can round up. So therefore, our answer, that would be volume, is equal to 106.67. Do not forget the units, cubic inches. That's it, class. That's the answer for number 1. Alright, so therefore we can say that the volume is 106.67 cubic inches. And we're all set for example number 1. Alright, so let's have another example, class. Example number 2. Alright, so let's work on example number 2. A square pyramid has a base area of 144 square feet and a height of 9 feet. Determine the volume of the square pyramid. So first question, what is asked in the problem? So we're told to find the volume of the square pyramid. So that would be the volume of the square pyramid. Alright, so that's the first answer for the first question. What is asked? We are told to find the volume of the square pyramid. Alright, and then second question, what is the unit used in the problem? So we are using feet. Okay, so 9 feet and then 144 square feet. So that would be the unit use. The unit use is feet. Alright, and then the last question, what is the volume of the square pyramid? So once again, class, before we answer this one, let's have an illustration for better understanding. So let's draw this one, a square pyramid. So we have given base 144 square feet and then height of 9 feet. Alright, let's draw this one. So first thing to do, you draw a square. Alright, so draw a square. And then our height is 9 feet. Alright, so you draw it, class, step by step. Once again, class, I apologize for my illustration. So you can use a ruler, class, to draw the square pyramid. Alright, so once again, we have given base area, that's 144 square feet, and then height of 9 feet. Alright, so the base area, so the area of this base, this one right here, class, area of this base, the square base, that would be, this is 144 square feet. And then our given height, so the height, this one right here, class, this height, from the apex going to the center of this base, and this will be 9 feet. So this is 9 feet for the height. Alright, and we're told to find the volume of the square pyramid. So therefore, class, we will be using the first formula. Why is that, sir? Because we have given area of the base, and then we have given height. So therefore, use the first formula. Alright, so let's use the first formula. So this will be volume is equal to 1/3 area of the base times height. So volume equals, copy, 1/3. And then the area of the base, that's 144 square feet. So simply copy 144 square feet. And then the height, that is 9 feet. Alright, and then we can put over 1 here. That's okay. For us not to be confused, we can put over 1 for the numbers. I understood that any number, there is a denominator of 1. And then simply multiply the numerators and then multiply the denominators. Alright, so simply multiply these numbers. So 1 times 144 times 9. So we can ignore 1 class because 1 times 144, the answer is still 144. So we just simply multiply 144 and 9. So 144 times 9, the answer is 1,296. And then feet square times feet, that would be cubic feet. Okay, once again, simply copy the units, copy feet, and then add the exponent. Understood that there's 1 here for feet, so 2 plus 1, that's 3. So that's why we have cubic feet. So feet square times feet, that would be cubic feet. And then 3 times 1, that's 3, times 1, that's 3. Alright, and then simply divide, class, and then you're all set. Easy as that, class. So let's divide 1,296 divided by 3. And the answer, volume, is equal to 432. Do not forget the unit, class, cubic feet. That's it, class, all set for example number 2. Easy as that, class, for example number 2. Alright, so therefore, we can say that the volume is 432 cubic feet. All set for example number 2. Alright, so let's have another example, class. What if you're told to find the height? Okay, so what if you're told to find the height, class? Let's have example number 3, class. Finding the height. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 3. And this will be our last example, class. Once again, class, if you have some questions with regards to the volume of square pyramid, do not hesitate to ask us. You put your question on the comments section down below. Alright, so number 3, the roof of a house is in the form of a square pyramid. If its volume is 256 cubic feet and the base edge is 8 feet, how high is the roof? So first question there, what is asked in the problem? So you're told to find the height of the roof. Height of the roof. Second question, what is the unit used in the problem? So we are using feet. So the unit use is feet. And then the last question, what is the height of the roof? So to find the height, let's have first the illustration for us to have a better understanding for this one. So let's have the illustration. So first thing to do, you draw a square. Alright, and then you draw this line. So you can use a ruler, class. I apologize, class, for my illustration. So once again, class, you draw this one using a ruler. Alright, so we have given volume. The volume of this given square pyramid, that's 256 cubic feet. Once again, class, the given volume of the square pyramid, that would be 256 cubic feet. And we have given base edge, that is 8 feet. So base edge, therefore, this one right here, base side, that is 8 feet. So this is 8 feet. Therefore, if this is 8 feet, this is also 8 feet here. Base side, 8 feet, and then 8 feet. And we're told to find the height. So we don't have this one, the height. So we're told to find this one, the height. Alright, so we don't have this one, the height. So let's check what formula that we're going to use. Is it the first formula or the second formula? So let's check. For the first formula, we have given volume. Yup, we have given volume 256. Do we have B, area of the base? Nope, we don't have the area of the base. So we don't have this one. Do we have the height? Nope, we don't have the height. We're told to find the height. So therefore, class, we cannot use the first formula because we have two unknowns. We don't have the area of the base and we don't have the height. So let's check the second formula. Do we have the volume? Yup, we have the volume. Do we have the base side or the base edge? Yup, we have the base edge, that is 8 feet. Yup, we have this one, S. And we don't have the height. So therefore, class, we will be using the second formula because we only have one unknown. Once again, class, we use the second formula because we only have one unknown, and that would be height. Alright, so let's use the second formula. So simply substitute, class, the value. Alright, so once again, our volume, that's 256 cubic feet, equals, copy 1/3. And then our given base edge, that would be 8 feet. So this will be 8 feet. And then do not forget, class, squared. So squared, quantity squared. And then copy H. Alright, and then simplify this one first. Once again, simplify this one first. So copy 256 cubic feet equals, copy 1/3. And then simplify this one. Once again, class, it doesn't mean 8 times 2. It means you multiply this equation by itself twice. So this will be 8 times 8. So 8 square, it means 8 times 8. That would be 64. And then feet square, it means feet times feet. So feet times feet, that would be square feet. And then simply copy H. Alright, and then we can put over 1 here. That's okay. Understood that there's 1 for any number. Denominator of 1. So simply copy 256. And then copy cubic feet. And then simplify this one. Multiply the numerators. 1 times 64. That would be 64. And then feet square times none. Simply copy feet square. And then copy H. Once again, class. 1 times 64. That would be 64. Simply copy feet square and then simply copy H. And then the denominator, 3 times 1, that is 3. Okay, so 1 times 64 feet square times H, that would be 64 feet square H. And then 3 times 1, that is 3. So let's check, class, if you can divide. Because if you can divide, class, simply divide. So can we divide 64 by 3? Once again, class, if you can divide, class, simply divide. Example, class, if this is 60, just an example, class. If this is 60, can we divide 60 by 3? Yep. 60 divided by 3, that is 20, right? So if you can divide, simply divide. But if you cannot divide, class, there is another solution, class. Once again, class, this is 64. Because if you divide this one, class, 64 divided by 3, the answer is 21.333. Okay, once again, class, the answer is 21.333, and we're not allowed, class, to round off our answer unless if it's our final answer. Okay, once again, we're not allowed to round off our answer unless it is a final answer. So therefore, class, if we cannot divide, we do have two solutions. So let's have the two solutions, class, in this scenario. So let me just explain this one, class, because many of the students, class, they are so confused in this scenario. So let me just explain, class. 256 equals... Okay, let me copy the units. So once again, class, let me just explain in this scenario, class, because many of the students, they are so confused in that scenario. Okay, so let me just explain this one, class. Once again, class, if you can divide, simply divide. But if you cannot divide, class, you need to do this one. First option, you can do cross multiplication. Once again, class, you can do cross multiplication. You can do this one, once again, because if you will divide 64 divided by 3, the answer is 21.333. Your answer, class, is a decimal and you're not allowed to round off your answer unless if it's a final answer. So therefore, class, we cannot divide. You cannot divide 64 by 3. Simply do cross multiplication. So this will be 256 cubic feet times 3 equals then 64 feet square H times 1. Simply copy 64 feet square then H. Okay, that's the first solution, class. Second solution. Okay, let's have the second solution. So it's up to you, class, which do you prefer. You can choose this one, cross multiply, or the second solution. Second solution, class, to eliminate this 3, we can apply the properties of equality. We can multiply both sides by 3. Okay, multiply both sides by 3. Question, why is that, sir? so that you can cancel this out. Okay, cancel this out, and the remaining equation will be only this one. Okay, once again, we can cancel 3, multiplication property of equality. But once again, because most of the students, they are so confused with these properties of equality. This is what we call class multiplication property of equality. We need to multiply both sides by 3 so that we can cancel the denominator 3. Okay, cancel this out and then simply multiply this one by 3. If you multiply 3 on the right, you also do that on the left side to make the equation balance. So multiply by 3. Okay, multiply by 3. Second solution, multiply by 3. And then cancel this out. And then simply multiply this one. So this will be 3 times 256 cubic feet. Okay, equals, copy this one, 64 feet square, then h. So you will have the same answer, class. Okay, you will have the same answer. So it's up to you, class, which do you prefer. You can use the cross multiplication or you can apply the properties of equality. Alright, so let's have the cross multiplication, class. Okay, let's cross multiply. So understood that there's one here. So simply cross multiply. Alright, so this will be 256 cubic feet times 3 equals 64 feet squared h. So simply copy, class, because 64 feet square h times 1, simply copy. Alright, and then simply multiply this one, use your calculator. So this will be 256 times 3. The answer is 768. And then copy the units, cubic feet, equals, copy this one, 64 feet squared, then h. Alright, so I hope you get this one, class. Simply multiply and then copy this one. And then final step, class, you divide both sides by 64 square feet so that, class, the remaining equation will be only h. Let's have the solution here. Alright, so once again, class, last part, 768 cubic feet equals, this is 64 feet squared, then h. Once again, class, last step. To get the value of h, you divide both sides by 64 feet square. Divide both sides by 64 feet square. Now, you will be asking questions, sir, why is that, sir? So that we can cancel this out and the remaining equation, class, will be only h. That's the answer, class. Sir, why do we need to divide both sides by 64 feet square? So that we can cancel this out and the remaining equation will be only h. And then simply divide this one, class. Once again, once you divide on the right, 64 feet square, you also divide it on the left to make the equation balance. And then simply divide this one, class, and then you're all set. So 768 divide 64, and the answer is 12. And then cubic feet divided by feet square, that would be feet. Simply subtract the exponent. Cubic feet divided by feet square. Copy the units, copy feet, and then subtract the exponent. 3 minus 2, and that would be feet raised to the power of 1, or that would be feet. So that would be 12 feet equals, copy h. That's it, class. All set. For example number 3, class. Quite complicated, right? For number 3. Because we cannot divide 64 by 3. Because if this number, class, is just divisible by 3, I'm sure, class, very easy for this one. But since 64 is not divisible by 3, we cannot divide 64 by 3. We will get a decimal answer. So that's why, class, we need to do cross multiplication, or we can apply the properties of equality. That's it, class. That's the answer for number 3. Quite complicated for number 3. Our height is equals to 12 feet. So therefore, the height of the roof is 12 feet. That's it, class. All set for example number 3. Quite complicated, right, for number 3. So once again, class, I hope you learned something new today. If you like this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, this is Teacher MJ. Have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.